Good morning, friends. Dr. Vinayak KS. Uh, in the today's video class, we will discuss a topic on paleobotany. In the previous classes of the third semester, in the paper Pteridophyte Gymnosperm and Angiosperm Embryology, we are studied about the different aspects of the pteridophytes. That's a characteristic and different classes of pteridophytes we have completed. So that continue with the today's classes, a study of the fossils, that is generally referred as a paleobotany. In the paleobotany, we are discussing about the geological time scale, definition of the paleobotany, types of fossils, and the different examples for the fossils that we will study in the paleobotany chapter. Okay, so going to the definition of the paleobotany: the study of fossil plants preserved in the rock of various geological periods. So either sometime what happens in the fossilization process, the various plant part like leaf, stem, or sometime maybe a flower or inflorescence axis or the petals, that may be as it is preserved due to the variations in the climatic or the geological factors. So what happens, the complete the plant material will be undergo to the preservation. Just like if you take some bacteria, algae, fungi, they are undergo complete dehydration process, they will be preserved as it is in the sedimentation of the rocks. So whatever those materials is preserved as it is same in the sedimentary rocks, will study of those subjects or those concept is referred as the paleobotany. Study of fossils and their materials is defined as the paleobotany. In the paleobotany will study the fossil forms, that may be a fungi, maybe algae, bacteria, pteridophyte, gymnosperm. Why? Because due to the carbonate dating methods, so usually these fossils will be occurs. So going to the how actually the fossilization occurs. So usually in the geological time scales, so in the various periods and the eras, so due to the plant material undergoes a different carbonization process, they will accumulate in the sedimentary rocks. So first look at the geological time scale. So the if you take the eras, the first one era is the Precambrian era, Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and the recent one is the Cenozoic era. So again these eras is divided into a periods. That is just like what you are in a timetable, the complete day is divided into different periods. So like that, this geological time scale is divided into a different periods. So that may be a Cambrian period, Ordovician period, Silurian period, Devonian period. So like that, the each era is divided into a different periods. So the usually, especially in the Devonian period, what happens? The number of the rocks that has undergoes to the fossilization process, during that so many algae, fungi were be fossilized. So just like in the Jurassic period, the majority of the whatever the current day you are hearing the dinosaurs, that it occurs in the Jurassic period. That time the same the various pteridophytes undergoes to the fossilization process. The least recent period is called as a quaternary period. So this is how the geological time scales occurs. And actually in each eras, the various types of fossilization occurs. In the quaternary period, what happens? So usually the dominated by the herbaceous plant. So but if you take the from the Mesozoic eras, that is especially in the Cretaceous period, the only lower plant occurs. The later in the that evolution period, that's the cycades, angiosperm occurs. Later in the Milconic epochs, so usually the forest has to started decreasing the quantity. So like that, the in each eras what happens, different types, especially in the Mesozoic era, dominated earth is dominated with the gymnosperm, but in a Cenozoic era earth is dominated with the angiosperms. And in the Paleozoic era, so usually the dominated with the algae and the pteridophytes. So like the different groups of plants, just look at this picture, so very easily, so you can find whatever the animals or occurs or the plants occurs in a different geological eras, especially the in case of the ferns occurs in a Carboniferous period, that's in a Paleozoic era. So you can look at the tree structure, so that is how actually the plant has started dominated in that period. So whatever the plant occurs in the Carbonaceous period, they undergoes to the long fossilization process, that nowadays you get the fossils. Okay, this is how the started of the fossils. So then look at the what is fossilization. It is nothing but the process of the fossilization involves the burial of the organism's body in the stagnant water or the complete burial under fine gradient sediments or the rapid infiltration of the mineral substance into the cell wall. So what happens, so in the earth crust, due to the deficiency of the oxygen material, whatever the plants present in those sediments and the minerals, that is completely compressed, and the material will not undergo to the degradation process, that as it is preserved. So because of this preservation, what happens, the material as it is just compress it and to form a fossils. Okay, this phenomena is generally referred as a fossilization process. There are various theories to explain the fossilization process. The first one theory is the replacement theory, and the second one is called as the infiltration theories. Just we can go in detail about these theories. The first one is a replacement theory. What replacement theory says? The molecules of the original substance of the plants are replaced by the molecules of the minerals in soil solution. That means, so in this type of the fossilization process, the whatever the plant material inside the tissues is accumulated with the minerals, and actually the plant part look like same, but the tissue will be replaced with the mineral content. Okay, and sometime what happens, replacement occur due to the hydrolysis or due to the weathering process. These organic substance will be occurring in that process. So the second one theory is the infiltration theory. The infiltration and precipitation of the minerals through the cell wall leading to the fossilization. That means the plant body undergo to the partial disintegration and free carbon released in the process of carbonates by reacting with the infiltrated calcium and magnesium. That means here the fossil is completely not undergo to the fossilization process. The partially the plant body is undergo to the fossilization process. Here what happens, wherever the plant tissues are degraded, there the material replaced with the calcium and the magnesium content. So these two theories, that's the infiltration theory and the hydration theory, that replacement theory, that has explained the how actually the fossilization occurs during the different geological time scale. Let's look at the factor affecting on the fossilization process. The nature of the tissues forming the plant bodies due to the different mechanical, that may be due to the thick wall of the organisms, if you take the seeds, outer coat of the seeds, or softness of the organs, that take leaf and flowers. So like just like the different factors will affecting on the fossilization process. On the other hand, the other factors just like hydrolysis, mechanical pressure of the waters, that may determine the fossilization process. Next, going to the types or the kinds of fossilization. The first one is a petrification. Petra, nothing but the rock. Ferrous means to make. So in the fossilization, cell to cell replacement of the certain plant body by the mineral substance. For example, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, they will, what happens, they will completely replace the plant pot and to form a petrol, just like a rock like substance will be formed, but the plant material is same, but it is completely turned into rock like structure. So that types of fossils is called as a petrification. There are different steps involved in the petrification. First, what happens, the plant fragment get saturated with the water containing mineral substance in the solution. Second, undergo to the infiltration of the mineral substance. Third step is to gradual separation of the mineral from the solution and explaining the water. And the fourth step, the complete filling of the tissues and cell with the solid materials. In the fifth step, what happens, applications of the vertical pressure on the entire setup. And finally the whole get transferred into a solid incompressible hard mat. So example, coal ball and the silicafied woods, those are the different types of petrified. So this is a picture show how actually the petrification occurs. Just like if you take dragonfly, it's completely compressed with the mineral substance, the whole body is turning into the types. Another, the coal ball, the petrified plant organs are roughly look like a spherical shape. Due to the coal ball, what happens, the carbonate or magnesium carbonate, they form a spherical ball like structure. That is, this is how actually the spherical will ball called, they are called as coal balls. And next one is a mold or the cast. Just like what, if you take any mold, or just if you want to prepare a statue of some material, so you will take a cast of that and prepare the mold. So like that, the complete plant materials undergo to the mold in the earth crust. That process is generally referred as a mold or the crust process. So this is how actually the mold will occurs. So where actually the plant may be present on the rock, the same imprint will be occurs. So just like Lycopsida, the imprints of the plant materials will occurs. Next one is a compression. Just like compressing of the material under the fossilization process, what happens in the buried rocks or the sediments, the complete plant material undergo to the compression. That type of fossil is called as compression. Second one is the impression. Impression is nothing but the imprint, just like a Xerox. The plant materials undergo to the Xerox, or the leaf material undergo to the Xeroxing process in the rocks. So that is called as the impression. So this is how actually, just if not the exact plant material will be preserved, only the reprints of those materials will be preserved. So those is called as a impression. And compression, or generally it is called mummified. Compression is called, also called as a mummified. Here the plant materials will be formed. Next one is amber. Just like a resins or some plant materials will help in the ambering process. What happens, some of the insects or some plant pot will undergo inside the amber or the resins, they will be completely undergo to the fossilization process, that is called as the amber process. So this is the amber. Next, so usually in the fossils, the first one is the best example is the Rhynia. So Rhynia is belonging to the one of the pteridophytes, that is the family Rhyniaceae and Psilotopsida. So this Rhynia, so this is how actually the fossils occurs in case of the Rhynia. We will study in detail in the next classes of about this Rhynia, how actually the fossil process occurs. So just I will be recoupling types of the fossils. The first one is a compression, impression, mold, cast, coal ball and petrification. Petrification, coal balls, and also the cast, mold and the compression, impression and also the mummified. So these are all the different types of the fossils. For example, in the examination you will have the question how actually the fossils will occurs and explain the types of the fossils. So that here to be discussed. So this is how actually the simply fossilization occurs, and due to this fossilization process the various types of fossils will be occur. So this is how the your just complete fossilization process. I hope you will understand the concept very easily by just looking at the diagrams. Very easily identify which types of fossils are these. So we will discuss the detailed account of the types of fossils in the next class.